The day my parents finally found me and brought me home. They spent millions buying me a service-type hybrid. But that hybrid didn't like me at all. He'd get pissy for half a day if I even tried to touch his tail. Instead, he'd secretly kiss and cuddle with my sister behind closed doors. He said I was just a street rat who didn't deserve him. Only my sister was worthy of being his master. But when I brought home a stress relief hybrid, I bought off the streets for 50 grand and gave him a proper place in our home. The service hybrid's eyes turned red with tears. Master, aren't I enough for you? I replied coldly. A servant who's forgotten his place dares to question his master. After leaving the house, I got completely wasted on my own. I sat outside the bar smoking and trying to sober up. Sketchy vendor crept over, lowering his voice. Miss, you look stressed. Need to blow off some steam. I've got a stress relief hybrid that could help you relax. I waved away the smoke. The vendor looked around nervously, making sure no one was watching, before beckoning someone over from nearby. It was a wolf-dog hybrid. Tall, broad shoulders, narrow waist. When he stood still, he blocked the bar's lights, casting a shadow over me. Before I could react, the vendor yanked on the crude collar around his neck, forcing him to one knee. He removed the rusty muzzle, grabbing his hair to pull his head back, revealing his full face, pale skin, high-bridged nose, thin lips pressed tight, bruises on his brow and corners of his mouth, narrow eyes staring at me like a wild animal. The vendor slapped his face hard. Look at this face, miss. Wouldn't it feel good to punch? I swallowed, tempted. Exactly my type. Plus. The doctor said I had hormonal imbalances. I really did need stress relief, but I already had a wolf-dog hybrid at home. Tyler would mind, wouldn't he? Seeing my hesitation, the vendor kicked the hybrid. Get up. Show the lady your muscles. The hybrid stood slowly, chains wrapped around him. He could only use one hand to pull off his black tee, instantly revealing lean, defined muscles. His body was covered in bruises and scars. The vendor quickly put the muzzle back on, patting his muscular arms. Look, miss. Great stamina, amazing recovery. 2,000 for 2 hours of stress relief. Just go wild. As long as you don't slit his throat, he'll recover. Slit his throat. I was shocked. Were people's kinks really this extreme now? Terrifying. Whatever. The one at home won't let me touch him anyway. If this one's cheap, might as well buy an obedient one. I stood up, still buzzed. How much to buy him outright? Hee, that's not cheap. The vendor rubbed his hands. He's our best merchandise. Name your price. Lucky número 58, 88. I froze. Tyler, my family service wolf-dog hybrid, cost my parents millions. This one was so cheap. Too expensive. How about we round down to 58? In the end, I bought Marcus for 50,000. I didn't really want to go home, so I took him to a hotel. Before leaving, the vendor warned me repeatedly, don't remove his muzzle until he's fully tamed. Better keep the chains on too. Hotel Suite. Marcus stood silently at the entrance, not moving, like a silent statue, quietly awaiting his fate. I came out in a towel after my shower. Didn't dare remove his restraints. You should shower too. He stared at me for a few seconds, then turned and walked into the bathroom. The sound of running water filled the room. After a few minutes, I knocked. I left my phone in there. He hadn't locked the door, so it just opened. Marcus froze with his back to me, his tall, strong body completely naked, skin pale and bloodless, making the wounds even more shocking. Water flowed down over the rusty chains. Black grime mixed with blood from his forearms, running down his spine and abdomen, finally pulling at his calves, slowly draining away. His tail hung low, trembling slightly. His fur wasn't sleek and shiny like Tyler's, just dull and rough, vulnerable, yet wild. I was completely entranced. I approached from behind and hugged him gently, kissing the bruises on his spine. Marcus shuddered, asking stiffly, "What are you doing?" This was the first time I heard his voice. Deep, rough, magnetic stress relief. I answered. His hands clenched into fists at his sides. Not. He let out muffled groans. Not this kind of stress relief. I don't have experience. Bear with me. I pushed him onto the bed, carefully kissing every scar he wore. The muzzle chains restraining his limbs, obediently, letting me do as I pleased. His body remained tense, as if not knowing how to react at the crucial moment. He suddenly grabbed my waist. Are you sure? He looked at me, voice even roofer. I'm just a lowly hybrid. My answer was my eager movements. He groaned and closed his eyes, long lashes trembling. Chapter 4. Morning sunlight streamed through the floor-to-ceiling windows, warm and soft. I rested my cheek against Marcus's muscular arm, pulling out my phone from under the pillow, to see a text from my friend. Where are you? Did my autistic weirdo secretly run home again? I typed back, no. I bought a new stress relief wolf dog. Hybrid was busy with stress relief last night. Friend. Emma. How could you be like this? I know that hybrid at home doesn't listen to you and it hurts. But you can't buy a stress relief one just to beat. You won't hit the show dog at home. So you come out to beat stress relief ones. If you weren't my friend, I'd call the cops right now. I really misjudged you. I was stunned by her scolding. No, I didn't hit him. How could I hit a puppy? Friend paused for a few seconds. Then how did you relieve stress the way you're thinking? Stress relief. We both fell silent. My friend explained. Stress relief hybrids are part of an illegal industry. They steal or kidnap young hybrids or buy low-quality ones cheap. Then through abuse, they select those with good physical condition and recovery abilities as stress relief dogs. Successful ones become human punching bags for people to beat and torture. For stress relief, others end up in underground fighting rings for death matches. These hybrids are pitiful but notoriously hard. The user wants me to continue translating the Chinese story. I'll continue from where I left off. These hybrids are pitiful but notoriously hard to tame. Even after official agencies rescue them, they're put up for free adoption. Those not claimed are euthanized. If you regret it, I know where he lives. A deep voice came from behind me. Startled, I quickly dimmed my phone screen, turning to meet Marcus's dark eyes. He lowered his gaze, avoiding eye contact. But he's got connections. Probably won't refund your money if we catch him alone. Maybe I could. I don't regret it. I interrupted. As long as you behave. Only listen to me, okay? He answered softly. His expression didn't change, but his ears twitched. The furry ears had several shallow scars. I couldn't resist reaching out to pat them. His ears immediately flicked back, warily, shrinking away. I pulled my hand back, disappointed. This one won't let me touch either. Sorry. I'm used to it. He slowly tried to relax his ears, tilting his head slightly. You can touch now if you still want to, he added. I didn't hold back, straddling his waist, hands on his chest, freely fondling his ears, silver white, soft warm ears. Marcus's breathing grew heavier, his body burning hotter. He tilted his head back slightly, narrow eyes reddening at the corners, staring at me unblinking. I swallowed. Can we relieve stress again? I brought Marcus home the next afternoon. The villa was quiet when we walked in. Marcus hesitated at the door, his eyes scanning the marble floors and the chandelier, as if they were traps. He still wore the cheap clothes I bought him at a convenience store, a hoodie and jeans that hid the bruises, but not the tension in his shoulders. It's okay, I whispered, unlocking his chains for the last time. I tossed the rusty metal into the trash can by the door. It made a loud clang that echoed in the foyer. You live here now. No more chains. Marcus touched his neck, where the collar had left a raw, red ring. He looked at me, confusion warring with gratitude. Master. Emma, I corrected. Or M. Whatever you want. Before he could answer, footsteps thundered down the grand staircase. Tyler appeared. He was immaculate. His fur was groomed to perfection, his tail high and proud, his expensive silk shirt unbuttoned just enough to show off his chest. He looked like a prince. And he looked furious. You brought a stray into the house? Tyler sneered, wrinkling his nose as he caught Marcus's scent. A mix of street grime, old blood, and my perfume. Marcus lowered his head instantly, a conditioned response to a dominant male. His ears flattened. I stepped in front of Marcus. This is Marcus, I said, my voice cold. He lives here now. He's my companion. Tyler laughed. It was a sharp, barking sound. Companion? You mean a chew toy? Look at him, Emma. He's damaged goods. He smells like the gutter. He walked closer, circling us. Did you pick him up to make me jealous? Because it's not working. It's pathetic. You're trying to replace a thoroughbred with a mutt. I'm not trying to replace you, Tyler, I said calmly. I'm realizing I never had you to begin with. Tyler's smirk faltered. He flicked his tail, annoyed. Don't be dramatic. I'm the one Mom and Dad bought for you. I'm the one with the pedigree. You can't just bring trash in here. Watch your mouth, I warned. Just then my sister, Chloe, walked out of the living room. She was sipping a smoothie, looking bored. When she saw Marcus, her eyebrows shot up. Whoa, she said. Rough night. Tyler immediately gravitated toward her. He leaned against her shoulder, nuzzling her neck in a way he had never done with me. Tell her, Chloe. Tell her she can't keep this thing. Chloe looked at Marcus, then at me. She saw the marks on my neck, love bites Marcus had left. She smirked. Actually, Chloe said, I think he's kind of cute. In a fixer-upper way. Keep him. Maybe he'll keep you busy so you stop bothering Tyler. Tyler looked betrayed. Chloe. Come on, Ty. She patted his head like a pet. Let's go watch a movie. They walked away together. Tyler casting one last glare at Marcus. I turned to Marcus. He was shaking. Come on, I said, taking his hand. His skin was rough, calloused. Let's get you cleaned up. Properly this time. The next few weeks were a lesson in patience. Marcus wasn't like Tyler. Tyler knew he was valuable. Marcus thought he was disposable. He tried to sleep on the floor at the foot of my bed. The first night, I woke up to find him curled up on the rug shivering. "Get up," I whispered, pulling the duvet back. "I will dirty the sheets," he murmured half asleep. "I don't care." I dragged him into the bed. He lay on the very edge, stiff as a board, afraid to touch me. I had to wrap my arms around him, pin him down with my weight, just to get him to relax. "You're safe," I told him, stroking his ears until the trembling stopped. He started doing things around the house. He fixed the leaky faucet in the kitchen that Tyler had ignored for months. He carried the heavy grocery bags. He stood guard by the door when I took a shower. But the most surprising change was his eyes. The feral look started to fade, replaced by a quiet, intense devotion. He watched me constantly, not like a predator, but like a sunflower watching the sun. Tyler hated it. One evening, I was in the garden reading. Marcus was sitting by my feet, carving a piece of wood with a pocket knife I gave him. He was making a little wolf figurine. Tyler sauntered out, holding a glass of wine. "You know," Tyler said, looking down at Marcus. "You're just a novelty. She'll get bored. Humans always get bored of broken things." Marcus stopped carving. He didn't look up. "She is not like other humans." "Oh please," Tyler scoffed. "She's a rich girl with a savior complex. She bought you for 50 grand? My collar cost more than that." Marcus stood up slowly. He was taller than Tyler. Broader. Even with the scars, he had a raw power that Tyler's gym-honed body lacked. "Price does not determine worth," Marcus said, his voice low. "Is that right?" Tyler shoved him. "Know your place, stray." Marcus didn't shove back. He didn't growl. He just looked at Tyler with a profound pity. "My place," Marcus said calmly, "is wherever she is." "Where's your place, Tyler? Because it doesn't seem to be with your master." Tyler snarled, his claws extending. He lunged. But before he could connect, I was there. "Stop," I shouted. Tyler froze. He looked at me, expecting me to scold Marcus. "Go to your room, Tyler," I said. "What?" Tyler blinked. "He provoked me. He was sitting there. You provoked him. Go. Now." Tyler looked at Chloe, who was watching from the balcony. She didn't defend him. She just shrugged. Humiliated, Tyler stormed off. I turned to Marcus. "Are you okay?" He looked at me, a small, tentative smile touching his lips. "I am fine. Are you?" "I'm fine," I said. "Nice carving." He handed it to me. It wasn't a wolf. It was me. Crude, but recognizable. "For you," he said. I kissed his cheek. His tail gave a single, happy thump against the grass. 2 months later, my parents returned from their business trip. They threw a gala. A welcome home party for themselves, really. Everyone who was anyone in the hybrid trading world was there. I dressed Marcus in a tailored suit. Dark blue velvet. It hid his scars and brought out the intensity of his eyes. He looked devastating. When we walked into the ballroom, heads turned. "Who is that?" I heard whispers. "Is that a new model?" Tyler was there, preening in a white tuxedo, hanging off Chloe's arm. When he saw Marcus, his jaw tightened. My mother approached us, a glass of champagne in her hand. She looked Marcus up and down with critical eyes. "So this is the project," she said. "He cleans up well. But Emma really? A street dog?" "He's not a street dog, Mother. He's my partner." "Partner?" She laughed. "Don't be silly. Hybrids are assets. Speaking of which." She gestured to the stage. "We're auctioning off some of the older stock tonight. Charity event. I thought maybe you'd want to trade him in. Get something cleaner." I felt Marcus tense beside me. His hand gripped mine so hard it hurt. "He's not for sale," I said. "Everyone has a price, darling," she breezed away. The auction began. Hybrids were paraded on stage like livestock. It made me sick. I squeezed Marcus's hand. "Let's go." "Wait," Marcus whispered. He was looking at the stage. The auctioneer brought out a young hybrid. A female. She was terrified, shaking in her chains. "Look," Marcus said softly. "Her collar." It was the same crude, rusty collar Marcus had worn. The same vendor mark. "She's from the same place," he said. "The same hell." I looked at him. I saw the pain in his eyes. He wasn't thinking about himself. He was thinking about her. "Do you want to save her?" I asked. He looked at me, shocked. "Can we?" "I have my trust fund," I said. "Let's do it." I started bidding. The price went up. $20,000. $50,000. $80,000. Tyler, seeing me bid, started bidding against me. Just to be spiteful. 100,000. Tyler shouted, smirking at me. 150, I countered. 200. Chloe leaned over to Tyler. "Stop it. It's my inheritance you're spending." "I want to see her squirm," Tyler hissed. 250,000, I said. The room went silent. That was an insane price for an untrained, street-grade hybrid. Going once, going twice. 300,000. A voice boomed from the back. It was my father. He walked toward us, looking displeased. Emma, stop this nonsense. You are driving up the market unnecessarily. I'm buying her, I said. No, you're not, he said. I'm buying her. And then I'm having her euthanized. She's clearly defective. Look at her shaking. Marcus let out a low growl. It was a sound I hadn't heard since the hotel room. Dangerous. Primal. My father looked at Marcus. Control your animal, Emma, or I'll have him put down too. That was the moment. The snap. Marcus didn't attack. He stepped forward, releasing my hand. He walked up to the stage. The security guards moved to stop him, but he moved with a fluidity they couldn't match. He hopped onto the platform. He didn't look at the crowd. He looked at the girl. He ripped the chains off her wrists. Just snapped the rusty links with his bare hands. The crowd gasped. Then he looked at my father. She is not defective, Marcus said. His voice filled the room, amplified by the acoustics. She is scared. Because of you. He pointed to the crowd. You wear silk and drink wine, but you are the monsters. You buy us. You break us. And you call it civilization. He looked at me. His eyes were burning with love and apology. I am sorry, master, but I cannot watch this anymore. He grabbed the microphone stand and snapped it in half, wielding it like a staff. Anyone who touches her, he roared, deals with me. Chaos erupted. Guards rushed the stage. Tyler, seeing an opportunity to be the hero, jumped on stage. I'll handle this. He lunged at Marcus. It was embarrassing. Tyler was a show dog. He knew how to pose. He didn't know how to fight. Marcus sidestepped him, grabbed him by the back of his expensive tuxedo, and threw him off the stage. Tyler landed in the chocolate fountain. The guards hesitated. Marcus looked like a demon god of vengeance. I walked up to the stage. Dad, I said calmly, call off your dogs. He's out of control, my father shouted. He's protecting his own, I said. Which is more than you ever did for me. I climbed the stairs. I stood next to Marcus. I took the girl's hand. I'm buying her, I said. For 500,000. And if you try to stop me, I'll tell the press about your little tax haven in the Caymans. My father froze. You wouldn't. Try me. He waved the guards off. I wrote the check. I took the girl. I took Marcus. And we walked out the front door, leaving a room full of stunned millionaires and a chocolate-covered Tyler behind us. We named the girl Luna. She lived with us. Marcus took her under his wing. He taught her how to eat without rushing, how to sleep in a bed, how to trust. Our home became a sanctuary. I started buying more. The defective ones. The broken ones. Marcus was the alpha. He was gentle, firm, and endlessly patient. Tyler. Well, Tyler didn't handle the fall from grace well. Chloe got bored of him. He wasn't the shiny toy anymore. He was the guy who got thrown into a fondue pot by a stray. She started dating a human. Tyler started spending more time in his room sulking. One night, I found Tyler in the kitchen. He was trying to open a jar of pickles. He couldn't do it. Marcus walked in. He took the jar, popped the lid effortlessly, and handed it back. Thanks, Tyler muttered, not looking at him. You are unhappy, Marcus said. Of course I'm unhappy. Tyler snapped. I'm a joke. Everyone laughs at me. Chloe doesn't look at me. And you have everything. I have Emma, Marcus corrected. Because I see her. You never saw her, Tyler. You only saw what she could give you. Tyler slumped against the counter. I don't know how to be anything else. I was bred to be perfect. Perfection is a cage, Marcus said. Break it. He walked away. The next morning, Tyler was gone. He left a note. Going to find myself. Don't look for me. I was worried, but Marcus just nodded. He needs to be a wolf before he can be a man. A year passed. I was pregnant. Marcus's child. Yes, hybrids and humans are compatible. Expensive fertility treatments, but worth it. I was waddling around the garden, happy, heavy, and content. Then the gate buzzer rang. It was the vendor. The one who sold me Marcus. He had a truck. And he had guns. You owe me, he yelled through the intercom. You stole my best merchandise. That girl you took from the auction? She was promised to a fight ring. He rammed the gate. Marcus was in the nursery, painting the crib. He heard the crash. He was downstairs in seconds. Stay here, he told me. No, I said. We do this together. We walked out. Luna was there too, growling. She had grown. She was fierce. The vendor and 3 thugs were in the driveway. They had cattle prods and tranquilizer guns. Give us the girl, the vendor spat. And maybe I won't take the pregnant lady as interest. Marcus stepped forward. He wasn't wearing a shirt. His scars were silver in the sunlight. You will take nothing, Marcus said. Get him, the vendor shouted. The thugs rushed. It wasn't a fight. It was a massacre. Marcus moved like lightning. He disarmed the first guy, broke the cattle prod over his knee, and kicked him into the fountain. Luna took the second guy. She didn't bite. She just tackled him and sat on his chest, snarling in his face until he wet himself. The vendor aimed his tranq gun at me. "Don't move," he screamed. Before he could pull the trigger, a shadow dropped from the balcony above. It was Tyler. He had come back. He looked different. Scruffy. His fur was longer, unkempt. He wore torn jeans. He landed on the vendor, knocking the gun away. "Nobody touches my family," Tyler growled. He punched the vendor. A solid, messy, unrefined punch. The vendor went down. Tyler stood up, shaking his hand. "Ow. That hurt." Marcus walked over. He put a hand on Tyler's shoulder. "Good form," Marcus said. Tyler grinned. It was the first real smile I'd ever seen on him. "Thanks." The police came. The vendor went to jail for illegal trafficking. I had compiled a dossier over the last year. Tyler stayed. He didn't want to be the pampered pet anymore. He became the cool uncle. He taught Luna how to steal cookies from the jar. When I went into labor, Marcus was a wreck. For a guy who could fight 3 men at once, he was terrified of a contraction. "Breathe," I told him, gripping his hand. "Just breathe." "I am trying," he gasped. "But you are in pain." "It's good pain," I promised. Our son was born at dawn. He had Marcus's eyes and my nose. He had tiny soft wolf ears. We named him Leo. Months later, I was sitting on the porch. Marcus was holding Leo, rocking him gently. Tyler and Luna were chasing each other on the lawn. My parents' car pulled up. They hadn't visited since the auction. My mother got out. She looked at the scene. The stray holding her grandchild. The show dog rolling in the grass. She walked up the steps. "He's cute," she admitted, looking at the baby. "He's perfect," Marcus said. "And you," she looked at Marcus. "I heard about the vendor. You defended the house." "I defended my home," he corrected. She sighed. She reached into her purse and pulled out a box. "It's a gift," she said. "For the baby." It was a silver rattle. Expensive. Cold. "Thanks, Mom," I said. She looked at me. "You look happy, Emma." "I am. I suppose. I suppose I was wrong. About the investment." "You were wrong about the value," I said. She nodded stiffly and left. I watched her go. I didn't need her approval anymore. I had my pack. Marcus sat down next to me. He leaned his head on my shoulder. His tail wrapped around my waist, warm and secure. "Master," he whispered. "Husband," I corrected. He smiled. "Husband. Are you happy?" I looked at the sun setting over the garden. I looked at the family we had built out of broken pieces and second chances. "Yeah," I said. "I'm relieved." He kissed my temple. The rumble in his chest started. That deep, rhythmic purr. Me too. And for the first time, I knew he wasn't just relieving stress. He was living joy.